Hi, let's talk about AI. This is something that I wanna talk for a very long time. And I'm kinda tired of the nonsense on the internet that say AI is that, AI is that, AI is amazing. No, AI is dumb, really dumb, extremely dumb. When you hear those blog posts, those vloggers talk about AI as if they know, you should not take them serious. They don't know what they are talking about. How can they say I'm an AI advocate? No, you are not. You don't understand. From one side, it's good because it's promoting a field and people put more money into AI. That's the good side. But for the other, it just caused a lot of confusion actually. When I was starting, I start by the basic. I went to Andrew NG course. I took the course about AI, and that was my first class on AI. And there we learned supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And in this learning, there was the supervised learners, they give you the right answer. And, and that is the regression, which is give you the predicting continuous output. It's like when you walk, when you are walking, you learn as you walk. That's like a supervised learning and continuous output. And when you go in the internet, they won't talk about that. They won't tell you that. If you want to learn AI, you need to know linear algebra, statistics, Python, and just the whole AI as a whole, the formula that you need. Even though some of you might skip by going straight to Python and all those packages that come with it, but still, if you learn for the first time, you might feel you might find yourself overloaded with information because there's a lot of garbage online. And those guys don't talk about. They don't talk about that if you want to learn AI, you need to know supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, recommender system, all those things that come with AI that are really important. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about classification, which is basically like zero and one, like yes or no, is it spam or not. They don't talk about none of that. They don't say that you might use Jupyter Notebook, which is not so sexy. Jupyter Notebook is, oh my gosh, it's ugly. I don't know if there's like a theme for that. There's a dark theme for Jupyter Notebook. I'm just asking. I know I'm asking too much. But that's the thing. AI is boring. AI is not that advanced. AI still in the early stage. That guy for Canada, he might did a lot, but let's be honest, it was only possible because of the amount of data. And now that we talk about data, the biggest winners in AI will be Google, Facebook, Alibaba, and those just the big tech. You small guy, you don't have too much chance against them. They have the data of the world. That's what Andrew Yang was talking about. How I know Andrew A, even though I'm not even American. That's beside the point. And all the other topic that I would like to talk about is what's like to code in the third world. It sucks. Oh my god. I remember when I was at uni, I could code like a lot in just 24 hours straight. I could just do some marathon when I return home. I used to say in my room, say, okay, in this weekend, I gonna learn a new framework. I can do that at home in Africa. The internet is just too slow, but but there's something we can do in Africa that you cannot do in the West, which means we can take your job. When we go apply on those freelance, we can also we can actually ask for lower wage. But I don't do that because I think those this type of practice are undervalue the skill that is programming and software engineering. But programming Africa is not easy. Like not yesterday, last week when I was trying to build a website, a full stack website with database and everything, there were power shortage. But I was like, fuck, this guy just cut the whole powers just like that. They without notice. Like, is this guy for real? And it's just a lot of the heavy lift that you do in the third world. It has nothing to do with your mental ability. It has nothing to do with you searching for coffee or avocado. By the way, we have a lot of avocado. It is very cheap here. It has nothing to do with this. It has to do with you dealing with the system and the infrastructure. The first day that I left uni, I put myself, I say, you know what? I will build a e-commerce in my bedroom. And I actually can do that. But what happened? The first 2 months, the internet was very slow at point that when I tried to download, I'm gonna repeat that for you to listen well. When I tried to download a React package, it took me 20 minutes. An Express packet like 7 minutes. Progress post G, I don't know, I say PG. When you tap npm epg, that package took me like 7 minutes. And when I download this, I like to put everything together. So in total, it took 1 hour just to download something that I used to download in less than 5 minutes when I was in uni. And this type of factor dismotivate you because let's face it, programming is something very, very dry. It's not something exciting. It's very dry. That's why a lot of people drink coffee because it's a dry subject. It's a dry activity. So you drink coffee to spice it up and put a little bit of beat. And when you're under effect of coffee, you're supposed to perform. For my case, I drink coffee. I try to perform. Everything was out. The internet was not working. It was like fuck. And then, in case you manage to download everything, the package and everything, we know that we use Google. We know that we do. And in case you find a problem that you have to search, and the thing is, the internet is slow. So your search on the internet might take very long because of the internet. And when you finally find out what you need and what was the bug, the coffee ran out. That was the problem. One of the problem I was having. I drink coffee to perform, and then nothing was working. And when I finally download the basic, the coffee effects start to run out. I'm talking about after 6 hours. And that's the problem of the programming in the third world. We might outcompete you and come to creativity. No, the creativity is a subjective. We might outcompete you when come to price, but the infrastructure just doesn't is not favorable. So that's the advantage between us and the people in the developed world. In the developed world, you have the infrastructure and everything. In the third world, we have the price advantage and the low cost of living, but we don't have the infrastructure. And that's the difference. Otherwise, it's just the same boring stuff. I think that's all for today. Is there anything that I should be talking? I don't think so. Thanks for listening to me. And now I gotta get back to work. I gotta even dress like here's like 6 in the morning. Yeah, I like to wake up at 6 in the morning because my job start at 9. Not really a real job because I'm doing remote at this moment, which is good. I don't like to go to the office, so when I say I gotta get ready, I say I gotta go to my gotta leave my room, go make some coffee and eggs, and start working. See ya.